Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gerry Dick. Well, the Hoosier housing market is about to enter its busiest time of the year with continued tight inventory and now rising mortgage rates. Right now, there's less than a 4-week supply of homes on the market in Indiana. Compare that to 2008, when at one time in that year, there was a 37-month supply. Now, the market has also created something that should be a red flag for homeowners. And here with details on that and a market outlook, Compass of Indiana founding partner and broker Greg Cooper. Greg, is always welcome.
Great to be here in studio with you.
Well, I know, finally.
Awesome, after 2 years.
Face to face. I want to talk about the market, but this red flag we're talking about, and essentially it's rising construction costs, rising home values. Homeowners are finding themselves underinsured. Right?
So if you're a homeowner or you own a structure of any kind in the state of Indiana, you need to hear this. At your earliest convenience, you need to make a call to your insurance agent to make sure that you are insured for full replacement costs, because those costs have skyrocketed and many people are not covered.
Yeah, and you have some examples. I know you've had a couple of people, unfortunately, who've lost their homes because of fire. Found out the cost to replace, there's a big gap.
So if you in these instances, we had one case where there was about a $75,000 gap between what they were covered for in construction costs and what the new build cost and their insurance was going to be. They're on the hook for that. They're going to have to remortgage that money back into the price of the house to rebuild.
I've already put a call into my my guy, so thanks for the
big
tip
deal,
on that.
Sure.
Very important. Okay, let's talk about the market. We're seeing rising mortgage rates. What the Fed is going to continue to ratchet up rates. Is that easing the inventory situation?
Not one bit, because we have such an overwhelming demand. So many people are still trying to get in homes. You know, we've had a good 12, 15-year run. Jobs are in pretty good shape for most people. People have some disposable income. But the reality is the inventory is so tight right now that, and as rates go up, it's kind of a flock to the inventory because now they want to beat the rates getting higher. Yeah. So it's driven even more people into the market.
Yeah, and you told me last week at one of your homes, how many people did you?
So we had 106 broker confirmed showings and over 75 just walk-ups in 28 hours that the home was on the market. Wow. And it sold for 31% above list the first day.
Wow. So rising rates, the other piece is refinances, right. The refi market, which was red hot for a long time. That's changing.
For the most part, unless you've got a company that has a really interesting specialty product, the refinancing is gone. But, you know, other old school products are starting to reemerge, like the 723 mortgage and some things of that nature, 525s. A few of those are starting to reemerge.
Yeah, talk about, so this is a seller's market here in central Indiana. I assume it's a similar picture around the state of Indiana.
I don't care if you're in Evansville or Valparaiso or Fort Wayne or Richmond. It's the same in everywhere. The highest demand homes are going to draw the highest interest.
What are you seeing, though, Greg, too, in this environment where the inventory is so tight, there's so much demand in terms of appraisals and inspections and things like that that may be going by the wayside?
So, first of all, a lot of people are foregoing inspections. We are not a fan of that for buyers or sellers, because we're seeing instances where buyers, 6 months after they buy a home that they weren't allowed to have an inspection on, are finding things that they feel the seller may have known about. There's a liability release to a degree for a seller to letting a buyer have an as-is inspection.
Yeah. Institutional buyers, are they coming in the market? What's that all about?
It's brutal. So because housing is so affordable in Indiana, because inflation has driven rents up so high, we are an incredibly attractive place for big institutional buyers to come in, pay cash, and lease homes out. And if you're a buyer, and we have an incredible level of empathy for anybody trying to buy a home right now, right. It's tough. But you're competing against those people, and you need to understand that.
The hottest price point is at the entry level?
The entry level, which in many cases is $300, $250. It depends. Wow. Maybe if you've got a condo that's a little more entry level, you might find less. But in a lot of places, the entry level pricing is really competitive.
Okay, we're entering a busy time of year in spring here, obviously. But as you look at the remainder of 2022, Greg, what are you seeing? Rising mortgage rates for sure. What are you looking at in terms of the rest of the year?
So there's so many people out there right now. It kind of remains to be seen who's going to get a home bought and who isn't. Generally speaking, we will see a slowdown as we get through the middle part of the latter part of the year. There's so many factors that can affect that. I don't think home mortgage rates are going to stop people from trying to buy homes because we have so many buyers and a lot less sellers. But I think the dynamic will change as we get into the second half of 2022.
Greg Cooper is the founding partner and broker at Compass of Indiana. Greg, great information, especially on that home insurance deal.
Super important, Gary.
Yeah,
thanks for having me in.
We'll see you soon.